In today's video, I'm going to break down the top 5 best offensive playbooks in college football 25 to score more touchdowns and win more games. Now, with each offensive playbook, I will break down the best plays and best formations to use so you guys can hit the ground running and dominate. Now, with number 5, we're starting off in Buffalo. Buffalo is a little bit under the radar, but I will tell you guys, as the years gone on, different playbooks have become better, and Buffalo is one of those. Now, Buffalo has one of my favorite formations in the entire game. This gun Y-off trio week is the main reason why I have Buffalo in my top 5, and I'll break down some plays from it in a second. But just to let you guys know, honestly, all these trips formations are pretty solid. You'll see the Y-off trips. You know, it has some good RPOs like the RPO read Y flat. It has gun normal Y-off close. It has some good stuff in it. But the trio week is going to be where it's at. And the first play I want to focus on is the stick and up. Now, you will notice with stick and up, you have a very easy setup to beat any defense in the game. Now, my favorite base setup to use with this is just to put the running back on the flat and the tight end on the drag. I'm going to break down some other play setups as well, but this is just a good bread and butter setup because it beats everything. Now, you'll see if they are in man coverage, you potentially have 3 real fast reads that will get open with that return route, the tight end drag, the running back flat, well, really 4, because with the running back flat and then that post, that's 4 really quick reads. And as you guys can see, they're blitzing me, but the blitz cannot get there in time. Now, we're going to take a look at how this also could attack zone looks, because it's not just good against man, it is also good against zone. So, you know, if you see somebody running any sort of zone, this is a good setup. Honestly, this will be good against anything, and it's just 2 hot routes, so it's a nice quick snap play as well. Now, against zone, as you guys can see, that running back flat will basically pull the flat defenders to the sideline, letting you throw that tight end drag. But if they cheat off the running back flat, just throw that bad boy. I mean, that's 5 to 10 yards very, very easily. This play setup also beats zone blitzes very well. Here, we're in a cover 3 match, a crossfire, and you'll see, same thing. You're going to get this tight end wide open for an easy gain. I'm looking at that tight end in the flat first. If I don't like the reads there, then I'm coming back over the middle to the return route and the post. So that's just the first play I like. You also have a really good play action in this formation. The gun PA post dig shot is very good. If you like play actions, you're going to love this play. Now, play actions are really nice because a lot of people are running the, crossfire, the A-gaps. And crossfire is really weak against play action. Against a crossfire or just a general A-gap, you don't even have to block anybody. You could do the same running back flat, tight end drag, and you'll notice that A-gap blitz, it's not going to get pressure because it's a play action pass. The play action pass blocks differently. Now, you could also keep the play action fake, and to do that, what you're going to do is as soon as you snap the ball, you're going to keep the running back on the play action fake, but you're going to hit R2 or RT to cancel it immediately. And that will still get the same effect as far as it basically blocking A-gaps, but it also will block blitzes if people even try to run into the line to get a guy free. So this 2-play combo is really good, and don't sleep on the bunch wide either. I really like the branch return, one of my favorite plays in the game. Now, guys, with this play, it's another super easy setup, guys. All you're really going to need to do is flat the running back and streak this inside receiver, the slot, in the bunch. That's going to give you a good read over the middle of the field with the drag, the return, and the dig route. Very similar to some of the concepts I was running out of the last formation, but the spacing and the route combo is slightly different. Guys, if you want more content like this, I'm doing daily videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and drop me a like on the video. I do really appreciate the support this channel has already gained. As you guys can see, that return route is wide open. Let's do that again. So again, we're just dragging the tight end. We're streaking that slot receiver that's on the corner route and flattening the running back to go along with the tight end drag that we already have. So again, just take a look here. You'll notice that that drag is going to be wide open, and if the user comes up on the drag, you're going to throw the in route behind it. That's the main read. But if you don't like the look of that, just wait a little bit longer into the play, and you'll see that return route come wide open. Just like I showed you in the first example, the return, the drag, and the dig, they will all beat man coverage. Coming in at number 4 on the list is Oregon. Now, Oregon has been one of the favorites for pros all year long, mostly because of this gun, bunch, strong offset formation, which I'll get into a second here. But actually, this playbook has some of my favorite, most under-the-radar plays in the game. Like this gun trio Y flex is actually a glitch, and the play mesh whips is one of my favorite plays in the game because stock, it is already so hard to stop. Now this play is super easy to run. I could kind of come out and run it as is, but what I'm going to recommend doing is putting this outside receiver on the trio side on a speed out and posting the inside receiver on the 3 receiver side. Now you also want the 3 receiver side on the wide side of the field to give it the most space to work with. The key here is the whips. I've set this play up so that I have 2 flat routes, 1 on each side. So if they're in zone, any sort of flat zone is going to go guard the flat, and you can throw those whip routes right on the cut just like that. You don't even have to wait. Just literally just throw a ball pass, possession catch it. And because those flat zone defenders have to go run into the flat, those guys are going to be open pretty much every time. Look, I can do it on both sides of the field. So you guys can imagine, zone is going to be very difficult to run. Now, a lot of people, they'll just go man. And, man coverage is not really what you want to do either. Because, once again, all you got to do is throw either one of the whips. Man coverage has literally no chance. Now, if you catch them in a man-to-man blitz, just as I did there, you can easily just snap throw to the running back, and that could be a potential one-play touchdown. So it's hard to play man, it's hard to play zone. This play is really, really, really good. I really do like a lot of the trip stuff in this formation, or in this playbook in general. The trips tight end offset weak is also pretty good. You got some good RPOs, of course, verticals. This formation, the YF trips is good, normal YF close is good, but, of course, the bunt strong offset. Now, this gun bunt strong offset out of Oregon is still super glitchy, and a lot of people still like to run it because, yeah, it has the corners like corner strike, flood. You got crossers and posts. Dagger's a great play, but the main reason why is it has duo, which is one of the best shotgun runs in the game, and RZPA corner, which is really, really necessary if you play against guys that want to run A-gap blitzes or, just any sort of, blitz that's coming up the middle. This does a great job of blocking. You'll see a lot of guys run this basic route combos like this, where you have, flats, posts, and running back streak routes, and then like a drag over the middle to work with a streak. Just something basic like this, and it is extremely hard to defend because you're going to notice that if there's no hard flat, you can show the flat every time. But as soon as they start to try to take that away, then you can start to look to the running back out of the backfield. You can throw the drag over the middle, and then if you put the slot receiver on a post, so this is what you're going to want to do exactly, really. Slot receiver on a post, drag tight end, flat to the streak to the running back, flat to that outside receiver, and you can just put this outside receiver by himself on a streak. It's such a basic route combo, but it's just so hard to stop. You're going to notice that 9 out of 10 players have no idea how to stop this. Coming in at number 3 on the list is Alabama. Now, Alabama has the most versatile playbook in the game. Whether you like to run, pass, be an under center, or shotgun, this playbook has something for you. If you want to get better at college football 25 and win more games, check out my college football VIP membership on sportsgamerz.com. Put the link to order in the comments and the description. You will get access to all the content I release for college football all year long, including the best offense in the game, the best defense in the game, my secret A-gap blitzes, my rollout glitch, my run defense, and my pass defense, and much more. Let's dominate together, boys. Now, my favorite formation right now in this playbook overall is probably going to be the gun bunch tight end. This has some of my favorite plays in the game, whether it's PA verticals, verts wide lay, whips, deep smash. You can also run the ball with off tackle. The inside zone is pretty good too. Yeah, you got a lot of answers, even RPOs. So let me show you guys PA verticals, why I like this play so much. Now, this play is really good to attack the guys that want to zone blitz you. A lot of people right now are still running a lot of cover 4 looks, with the 4 deep zones and then the flats. Now, this play right here, first of all, it being a play action is hard to blitz it, but what I really like about this play is you have this super unique fade route. Now, that's run by Bernard, so you really want a fast receiver here. This route is going to open up the sideline so I can easily attack it. So right here, I can go ahead and run a stem down corner route to the slot receiver, and you're going to notice that because of this fade, it's going to get open no matter what, because if you stick switch, the fade is a free touchdown. So this allows me to run a lot of different route combos. One I like to run a lot is something like putting a whip route, or zig I should say, to this receiver, and then doing a flat running back streak out of the backfield. So watch how this works. So first of all, I can throw the whip route every single time if they don't have a hard flat. That's going to be a very consistent read for me. Now let's say that they do start putting out hard flats, Or maybe they even just zone drop their purples to say about 5 yards. When you zone drop your purples to 5 yards, that's essentially going to make those purples play very close to the way a hard flat would. This is where you're going to start to see that corner route that I stem down to the slot receiver come into effect. So watch here. They do a reasonable job of taking away the whip route, but look how open that corner route is. Now, if I was just to run a basic streak route to my receiver on the outside instead of the fade he's on, this corner route would not get as open. But because the fade angles out, then up, that is why this corner route is so open. Because if you try to stick switch on to this DB to jump my corner route, you're giving up a free touchdown because now the fade's over the top every time. I'm just throwing it out here. That safety, even in a cover 4, can never get over there. This is why this is so good, because it basically gives you a route on the sideline that's unstick switchable. You cannot stick switches. So remember, you still have to guard the flat to the whip. But don't even get it twisted here. This tight inside of the formation is also really, really effective. So let me show you guys how this combo works to the tight inside. So what you're going to notice is like any sort of flat zone is going to go chase the tight end flat, and the running back streak is going to be in that soft spot wide open. Now, if they get used to that route combo over there, have at it, man. There's other good ones as well. Some of my favorite counters to that is doing a flat to the running back, tight end corner. So now I can attack the deeper sideline because the running back's going to hit the flat, and then the tight end is going to get open on the sideline. Now, a tight end corner is a very sharp breaking route, as you guys can see there. I don't know why he dropped the ball, but he will get underneath those deep zones very easily. You're just going to throw it right on the break. That's an easy dot. We can do that every time. So this play right here, you can't blitz, and you can easily attack any defense in the game very, very well. Now, that's just one of my favorite plays from that formation, but guys, this F twins over is one of the most annoying formations in the game because the jet touch pass and then the jet QB power is such a great combo. If I see anything that's like a heavy type blitz, so like let's say that I say double mug, for instance, the jet touch pass, that is potentially a touchdown, if not at least a big play. As you guys can see here, look at this blocking, very good. The thing that sets this apart is that it has the QB power run. So if you're got a mobile quarterback and they back off a little bit, they start just playing basic zones, nothing crazy because they're afraid of the jet touch pass. I mean, this quarterback power can gash. As you guys can see here, I'm up the middle, almost have a touchdown, still get a really good gain. Unfortunately, I bounced off that blocker. But that's not all, man. This formation has really good runs. It has one of my favorite under center runs. It has the single back tight flex, wide zone. I've already made a video about that, so I'm not going to go over that. But also, their trips formations are super, super good. I think that trips formations are some of the best in the game. And this trips tight end is up there. So what makes this trips tight end so good is it has play actions, like same thing. Like you can't really blitz because we have the PA slot corner, which is very, very good. One of my favorite plays in the game to beat, just basic zones, anything for the most part. But, you can do a very similar combo where you do something like this, where you have like a flat, a streak, and then you do like the running back out the backfield on a streak, the tight end on a flat. Something like this. Very, very good. And you'll see it's going to get open very easily for corner routes and, potential, even bombs over the top if they try to get a little froggy with different coverages. So that's very good. But the QB zone is really, really where it's at. So look at this QB zone. Again, the guys that want to go into their double mug or cover zero blitzes, this is a potential touchdown. As you guys can see, all I got to do is basically hit the huge hole and we're gone. I mean, that's an easy touchdown. Okay, so there's a few different ways you can run this play, and I'll show you. The first most important thing is you want to make sure that tight end side of the formation has someone hitting the flat to open up the tight end whip. So I'm going to put that outside bunch receiver on a wheel route to basically act as my flat puller, okay? The next thing you're going to do, and this is kind of where you can make different adjustments, is I'm going to put this receiver by himself on a streak, and then I'm just going to post the slot. So this is how the first setup will look. Let's just take a look at how it runs. So first of all, that whip route is wide open. Again, because the wheel route will always pull the flat zone, it will open that up. So that's kind of like my first read, and as you guys can see, I mean, that's just super consistent. Very, very easy. But obviously you keep doing that, they might start to sit on that. That is when it's important to have your other reads, which you'll see here with this tight end post, or the slot receiver post, that is wide open. And it's because the flats on that side are occupied by the running back, and the deep zone is pulled back by the streak. Now, you could vary, if you want to, by the way, you could stem that post down if you feel like that post, you're just waiting a little bit too long. You can stem it down to make it run a bit quicker. It's still going to kind of serve the same purpose to where you're just using it to attack the middle of the field. Very, very easy. Now, an alternative setup you might pick to use would be to put that corner route over there on a stem down corner and then still do the wheel on the other side. Now, when you do this, you might prefer to do a post. You might even try to do a drag. Either way, you're going to want something over in the middle of the field, but you'll notice that when you have a flat zone, you're able to kind of just throw that stem down corner on the sideline if it's a hard flat. Because the hard flat is going to have to defend the running back out of the backfield. Now, this guy's wide open on the sideline. Granted, the ball went right through his hands. I guess he's going to, whoever that receiver is about to lose his money. But, yeah, you can see that's wide open. So that's just another alternative way you can run it. This formation, like I said, has a lot of nice stuff. I would say my favorite thing to do, though, is come out in the gun bunch strong offset and then audible to the gun bunch X nasty. I just really love this formation. Even out of this playbook, it's very similar to Oregon, where you have the RZPA corner, the duo, but you still do have corner strike, you still do have dagger, you still do have flood. And dagger just overall has been one of the easiest plays in the game all year to run. The super simple setups. You can just go ahead and, do a crossing route or a post to the slot receiver. Either way, they both work very well. And then you're going to have that drag working over the middle field. And then the tight end coming open later in the play on that kind of like little in breaking route. So let's take a look here. You guys can see that drag is wide open. However, I know that the crosser will be because there is an angled fade. Very important. Angled fade route on the outside receiver. This route, as you guys can see, it's taking off towards the sideline. So this is going to pull that defender back, and as soon as you cross the underneath hook zones, this crosser is wide open. Now, you can't really overplay that as the user, because if you do, like I'm just immediately throwing to the drag, and that's still 5 to 10 yards. And then finally, if I just happen not to like any of it, you'll see this tight end breaks back right about now. So like let's assume that this linebacker chased my crossing route. If this linebacker right here chases my crossing route, the tight end will be wide open. Coming in at number 1 on the list is TCU. TCU is number 1 on the list because it has the best formation in the game that has all the key plays in the gun, normal, YF close. Other playbooks have this formation, as you have seen, but they do not have all the plays you're going to want. TCU playbook gives you every play you want. You get Y stick, Y sail, flood, H post, red zone scissors, another good play, the jet touch pass, the fake jet Y wheel, mesh spot, PA snag, motion, angle, Y wheel, switch corner, literally everything. But I will say, this playbook is actually underrated otherwise because the wing trips and Y trips formations are good. Like, you definitely have good plays out of here. You can run. All these formations are viable. They really are. It also gives you the trips tight end offset, which has some good stuff, as well as even the tight open is another one of my under the radar formations I like out of this playbook. But I want to show you guys one of my favorite plays in the whole game period of this normal YF close. So I want to show the play to you guys, Y stick. Y stick is one of the best plays in this formation. It has one of the most unique routes in the game, and it's a play that's super under the radar, not too many people use. Now I want to show this against a cover 4 look because cover 4 is still extremely meta, and then I'll get into beating man-to-man blitzes as well because I feel like that's also meta right now. Now with this formation in general, I always prefer to run it to where that you have the running back tied inside the formation on the short side of the field, which is essentially the side of the field with less space to work with. So here we're closer to the right sideline. There we go. So here's the setup. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to stem up this outside receiver. Looks like he's just on a quick out route, right? Nothing special. But if you stem him up 2 or 3 times, it actually turns into a glitchy speed out. Speed outs are some of the best routes in the game, but nobody really expects it from a compressed or close lineup, close receiver. People only think you can do it from the outside receivers because that's where the hot route is, right? The spread out receivers. This guy's not that, so you wouldn't think we could even hot route him. We can't do that, but because this route, if you stem it up, it's built in, it will work, okay? So then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to streak my slot receiver, and I'm going to drag my tight end. Now, what I like about this route is it just breaks to the sideline so quick that the deep zone or any sort of man defender can never recover. I can throw this literally against anything as long as there's not like a cloud flat over there. But I prevent them from having a cloud flat by having the running back attack out of the backfield on a flat. Because I put the running back on a flat out of the backfield, I know they can never have somebody sitting underneath that, and if they do, I'll just throw it to the running back. That route is a glitch. You stem it up and you work them 2 to 3 to 4 times, depending upon how deep you want it. All are really viable options. But that's not all. Like on this play, you also have that glitchy post route to that receiver over the middle of the field. You have a streak and you have a drag. So you have a really good route combo on that side of the field as well. Because I'm going to make you play the flats on the left. Because if you don't, the tight end drag will be wide open. Okay? I can still throw it right about here for 5 to 10 yards. And then you have a streak to take the deep zone and this post that we throw right there for an easy dot. Now, this play and this route also cook man coverage. I'm going to run it against just basic man, 3 fraud, send the crib right here. I'm just going to keep the running back in, and you'll see this route kills man. Look how fast I can throw that. It just breaks open every time. And like I said, I can stem it a little bit deeper if I want. Do it a little bit deeper this time. This route is so good. Look how open this is. It's just open every play. This is, once you master the timing on this route, I would say the best route in the game right now because this formation is so good overall that you can't even focus on that receiver. So we have a way to beat pretty much every zone and man coverage with one receiver. And you guys see like the drag's going to beat man too. That post could beat man. But this is the money route on the play, man. Master this and you're going to win more games.